నమస్కారం.
అందరికీ నమస్కారములు. Today is a good day for all of us. We are going to have a webinar from Dr. Visalakshi garu. Let us start the session with Vande Mataram by Vishwanath garu and then Prarthana by Sharada garu. Vishwanath garu, please recite Vande Mataram.
Mataram Vande Mataram Sujalam Supalam Madayajatitanam Sasya Shamalam Mataram Vande Mataram Jyotna Pulakitaminim Yakusumita Dhrumadara Shobhini Suhasini Sumadhura Bhachini Sukadam Varadam Mataram Vande Mataram Vande Mataram Vande Mataram
Vande Mataram. ధన్యవాదములండి. So let us request Sharada garu to chant Prarthana, please. You have to unmute yourself, Sharada garu.
Let us start meditate a minute. Now chant Omkara 3 times. Om. 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 Om Gananam Tva Ganapatigam Havamahe Kavim Kavinam Upamasramastamam Jyeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Ana Svanhanudibhisidha Sadhanam Om Sri Mahaganadhipataye Namaha Om Prano Devi Saraswati वाजेभिर्वाजनीवती धीनामवित्रवतु ॐ श्रीमहासरस्वत्यै नमः गुरुरेव गतिः गुरुमेव भजे गुरुणैव सहस्मि नमो गुरवे न गुरोः परमं शिशिरस्मि गुरोः मतिरस्मि गुरौ मां पाहि गुरो ज्ञानानन्दमयं देवं निर्मलस्फटिकाकृतिम् आधारं सर्वविद्यानां हयग्रीवमुपास्महे स्मृतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतंगमय ओम शांति 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 मातृदेवो भव पितृदेवो भव आचार्य देवो भव अतिथिदेवो भव ओम सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ओम शांति शांति शांति
ధన్యవాదములండి శారద గారు.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Now I'll briefly introduce our speaker, Dr. Somanchi Tangarala Visalakshi garu. She doesn't need an introduction. We already know her through our course. She has already taught us what is the importance of Sanskritam. But for the people who are not in the course, our Sanatana Dharma course, I will briefly introduce. She is done MA Samskrutam and MA Philosophy, and she has done PhD in Upanishads Mahavakyam Saransam, the concept of Mahavakyas in Upanishads, on this topic. She is retired as the professor from a degree college under Osmania University, and even as student and also as the teacher, she has participated in many essay competitions and won a lot of prizes. And she has actively participated in Janma Bhoomi Karyakramam and got accolades from the Chief Minister. And she also participated with Madugula Naga Panisharma garu in his Sahasravadhanam. And she has been awarded Vishishta Matrumurti Birudu by International Foundation, and since 1972 she has been giving programs in Vividha Bharati radio station and actively participating in those activities. And she has participated in ETV, Suman TVs, and these programs also. And without going further and taking more time, I request Somanchi Tangarala Visalakshi garu to go ahead with the webinar today on important concepts, Vedic concepts. Visalakshi garu.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Om Sri Mahaganatipataye Namaha. Om Sri Parvati Rajarajeshwarabhyam Namaha. Om Sri Metha Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Sri Mahasaraswatyai Namaha. Om Sivaya Gurave Namaha. Om Namah Shivaya cha Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Nityanandam Paramasukhadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrisam Tattvamasyaadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Triguna-rahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Today's topic is to some important Vedic concepts, Samhitas, Brahmanas, Aranyakas, Sat and Asat, mutual triad, then law of karma, doctrine of karma. So all these topics. So we will try to know a little about all these topics now in this webinar, because in just 1 hour or 1.5 hours time, in fact, it's very difficult to discuss all these topics in a detailed manner. So let us try to know just very briefly all these topics. First one is about Samhitas, then Brahmanas and Aranyakas. All these three together is one topic. Then Sat and Asat. Then triad, mutual triad. In fact, both these two also are of one. And then law of karma, doctrine of karma, in which many people are maybe having very inquisitiveness to know. Okay, Samhitas and Brahmanas and Aranyakas. Along with them, we must also add Upanishads a little, of course. I will not go in detail. So Samhitas, Brahmanas and Aranyakas. These three are the Purva Bhaga of the Vedas. They are known as Karma Kanda and Upasana Kanda also. All these three, they are called as Apara Vidya. Then the fourth one is Upanishads. In fact, because Vedas are divided into 4 parts. Mantra Bhag itself is called as Samhitas. Then Brahmanas, Aranyakas and Upanishads. First 3 belong to Karma Kanda. Latter one belongs to Uttarakanda, that is called as Vedanta. The Upanishads, it is considered as Jnana Kanda or Paravidya. Yaya tadaksharam adhigamyate, we say that by which we get the knowledge of Parabrahman. We realize ourselves and become one with that. That is Paravidya. So Vedas are the most authentic works for us. Vedas are the oldest and in fact the first recorded granthas, we can say, are the heap of knowledge given to the entire mankind by Paramatma, Parabrahman. Vedas are apaurusheyas, means not written by any human beings. They are called as Nishvasitam of Paramatma. Yasya Nishvasitam Vedaha, yo Vedebhyo Akhilam Jagat, Nirmame Tamaham Vande Vidyatirtham Maheswaram Vise. Asya Mahator Bhutasya Nishvasitam Etad Rugvedaha. It is given in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. So Vedas are considered to be the inhale and exhale of Paramatma. So it is not at all different from Paramatma, Omkara, the Sabda Brahman. So Vedas are considered as Sabda Brahman and that itself is Paramatma. So Vedas are the basic and it is the origin for the entire knowledge of universe, all mankind. It is in fact, just as we say the encyclopedia gives the entire knowledge. So it is like that to the entire mankind. The Vedas reveal the secrets of creation, secrets of the truth about Jivatma, Paramatma, Jagat, that is this world, and also possesses the knowledge of all branches of education. All Shastras are there in Vedas. The roots are there. So the first recorded world texts of knowledge, we can say, are our Vedas. So Sri Sainacharya wrote commentaries on all these 4 Vedas. He defined the word Veda as that by which, that is, which gives us an upaya, which shows us an upaya to get whatever we want, to be happy in this world, and after leaving this body, when we go to higher regions, heavenly abodes, and also those who want to get mukti also can get. That is the upaya, they said. And these Vedas teach us in the form of vidhi and nishedha, what are to be done and what are not to be done. Thus we call vidhi nishedha rupa. So satyam vada, dharman chara, swadhyaya ma pramadaha, these are all the vidhi vakyas. Then nishedha vakyas also are there. Many are there. One or two will say, ujjantam astamayantam suryam na pashyet. That is, we should not see the sun while rising and setting, or in the middle also. So because they this is nishedha, because our eyesight would be damaged if we see the sun. So like that. So ishta praptihi anishta pariharayo alaukikam upayam yo granthaha vedayati sa vedaha. That is Veda, which grantha gives us this sort of upaya, the plans, the means to obtain whatever we want, ishta, and to keep aside the anishta. We got ishtas and anishtas and tatashtas also. The word Veda is derived from the root Vida, Vida Jnane. Vida, Veda, to know, Veti, to know, to have the knowledge. So the root Vida got several meanings. Vidyate, Vindate, Jnayante, ye phir dharmadi purusharthaka. Iti Vedaha is one saying, definition, nirvachana. Then Vida Jnane, Vida Santa, Sattayam. Satta means to be, Vida Vicharane, thinking, contemplation. Then Vida Laphe, to obtain. So many meanings are there to the word Veda. Vida, root. So from that Vida, Veda has come. So Vedas got all these. So Vedas teach us Pravritti Marga and Nivritti Marga, both the margas to the mankind. Pravritti Marga is to lead life happily in this world. So what all we want, Putreshana, Dareshana, Thaneshana, everything, they are all in need of them. So whatever they want to get, they can get through the processes given in the Vedas by following Karma Kandas and all. So these Samhitas, Brahmanas and all. Then who want to follow Nivritti Marga, for them Upanishads are there. Upanishads give us Brahma Jnana. So we all know that there are 4 Vedas, Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda and Atharvana Veda. All these 4 Vedas got Ruks in them, then Yajus and also Samas. So these 3 are called as Veda Trayi, because all 4 Vedas got Ruks, Yajus and Samas. It is called as Veda Trayi, Trayi Veda. All these 4 Vedas are divided into 4 parts. I already said Mantra Bhag. Mantra Bhag itself is called as Samhitas, then Brahmanas, then Aranyakas. Mantra Bhag actually I will explain. Then 4th one is Upanishads. Elders say that all these 4 parts are meant for people of 4 ashramas. Brahmacharya ashrama, Gruhastha, Vanaprastha and Sannyasa. Exactly. Respectively we can say these 4 belong to those 4. So Rigveda contains Ruks, Rucha, Ruchas to Tau. Rucha means to praise, the stotras. Suktas in praise of all gods are given, a personification of the gods. The powers of nature, they are being worshipped by us as the gods, divine powers. And with the Ruks, that is Maharshis, they praised all these gods. And with Suktas, we pray them. So the gods who rule and control the nature, they are all being praised in this Veda in the form of Suktas, Samhitas. And also they provide the happy life for all human beings and all living creatures also. So the Chandobadha mantras, Chandas means prosody. The mantras, that is poems, which are written in a particular meter and which got divine power in them, they are all called as mantras, mantra. So what is the difference between why we call mantra bhag and also samhitas? because the same mantras are called as Samhitas because they are being collected and kept in an order. So Samyak Hitam, Samhita. So because these all mantras, roots have been arranged in an order, they are also called as Samhitas. So Samhitas and mantras are one and the same. The Samhitas or mantras are the hymns in the praise of so many gods. I said first it starts with Agni Sukta. Agnimi ille purohitam yajnasya devam ritwijam hota aram ratnathatamam, like that Agni Sukta starts. So in praise of Agni Deva, Varuna Deva, Devendra, Indra, Mitra, Soma, Vayu, then Java, Prithvi. Java means Juloka, Bhumi, and then Prithvi and Juloka means sky. And Bhusukta separately is also there. Then again in praise of Surya Bhagavan, then Sanchya Devi. Thus there are so many more roots are there. So many suktas also are there. So many mantras are there, roots are there. Then suktas are a little different. Suktas also are there in Rigveda Samhita and other Samhitas also. They are Purusha Sukta, Bhu Sukta, Narayana Sukta, then Sri Sukta, which is very important one. Then Metha Sukta, Ila Sukta, Manyu Sukta, Ratri Sukta, Hiranyagarbha Sukta, Nasadiya Sukta. There's so many suktas are there. Then Sri Rudra Achaya, Sri Rudram we say Namaka Chamaka. That is there in the middle of Yajurveda. So all these are called as mantras. Mana means avabodhane, to know. Mana, to know, to think. And also mana means manana trayata iti mantra, that which protects us. When we repeat, that is called as mantra. All these are mantras which got spiritual power in them. The Shabda Shakti is there, and besides the normal Shabda Shakti, the spiritual power exists in all the mantras. The moment when this mantra is being uttered, the god of that mantra, Adhisthana Devata, comes and stands near us. So that is the power of the spell, the mantra. The powerful sentences which got very spiritual power in them, and also which teach about the tattva, the nature of Paramatma, Parabrahman, they are all called as mantras. So these mantras should be learnt with Swara, Udata, Anudata, and Swarita through Gurumukha. So we got Rug Samhita, means Rigveda Samhita, Shukla Yajus Samhita, Krishna Yajus Samhita, Sama Samhita, and Atharva Samhita. So 5, because Yajurveda is having Shukla and Krishna different, so 5 parts and 5 Samhitas are there. In Ashtachayi Pathamala, Panini Maharshi said Parasanikarsha Samhita. Then Upanishads also speak about Maha Samhitas. In one of our webinars, I spoke about these Maha Samhitas, I remember. So Veda Samhitas contain original texts of Vedas comprising the collection of all suktas, the prayers of divine powers. Then Brahmanas. Brahmanas are called as Brahmana Granthas. The Brahmanas are the interpretations of Samhitas. Each Veda Samhita possesses Brahmana. That so many Brahmanas are there. The term Brahmana is derived from the root Brumh Vistarane, that which pervades the whole universe, we can say. Brahmana means an explanation of Brahman, Paramatma. The word Brahman or Brahmana has come from the root Brumha, and also that is why we say Brahma, Brahmadeva. Even Chaturmukha Brahmadeva is also called as Brahma. Brahman means the all-pervading power, Nirguna Niranjana Paramatma is also. For both the words, the Brumha is the root. So the explanations of Mantra Bhaga are considered as Brahmanas. All the mantras are being explained in prose forms in Brahmanas. So some consider Brahmanas as part of Vedas, whereas some others say that they are the explanatory textbooks on Vedas, on mantras, samhitas. So they may be a little different than mantras because explanations, prose is there in them. So they are called as Vyakhyana Granthas. Mantra Brahmanayor Veda Namatheyam. Mantra and Brahmanas together become Veda. So the suktas are called as Samhita or Mantra Pak. Then Mantratmaka Veda is called as Brahmana. Brahman also. And that which is related to Brahman is Brahmana. So Brahmana Granthas explain the proceedings as to how to apply these mantras, the ruks of Rigveda to perform yajna, yagadi, kratus, homas, and all. So many yagas are there. So for how to connect them, the mantras given in the Brahmanas are also very powerful as that of the roots of Rigveda mantras. And also in Yajurveda also, Yajus, prose, Gadyapaga is there, but mantras also are there. Even that is very powerful with the Yajurveda mantras, the Gadyapaga. We perform all these Yajna Yagadi Kratus. Then, so Veda itself is called as Brahma, Brahman. The Brahmana Grantha speak about Parameswara, Iswara, the God. And also in some Brahmana Granthas, the history of famous persons, very great persons, personalities, and also great kings also are being written. So Anantavai Veda, we say Vedas are endless, infinite, Ananta. And also they are manifold. They refer to all the branches of education in them. So though there are 4 Vedas actually, the Veda mantras are endless. They got so many branches, and most of them, each Veda got so many branches, but most of the branches are being lost in due course of time due to several reasons. Elders say that at the beginning of Kali Yuga, that is at the end of Dwapara Yuga, then starting of Kali Yuga, there were 1131 branches of Vedas. But now at present only 11 shakhas, 11 branches are available to us, means all others we lost. 1120 branches of Vedas have been lost by us. So each Veda shakha got one Brahmana Grantha and also one Upanishad. So how many branches are there? So many Brahmana Granthas and Upanishads were there, but they were lost now. But most of them were lost due to foreign invasions mostly. Now only a few Brahmana Granthas are available. They are the Brahmanas related to Rigveda are Aitareya Brahmana, first one. Then Kaushitaki Brahmana. Then related to Yajurveda, for Shukla Yajurveda, the Brahmana Grantha is Shatapatha Brahmana, very important one. And for Krishna Yajurveda, Taittiriya Brahmana, which all of us are following mostly. Now related to Samaveda are Tandya Maha Brahmana, Daivadatta Brahmana, Shadvimsa Brahmana, Mantra Brahmana, Jaimini Upanishad Brahmana. Then Jaimini Arsheya Brahmana, simple Arsheya Brahmana. Then Samhita Upanishad Brahmana, Vamsha Brahmana, Sama Brahmana, then Sama Vidhana Brahmana. So like that, so many are there for Samveda still, because 1000 branches were there for Samaveda. So at least a few 10 or 11 are remaining now, these Brahmana Granthas. Now related to Atharva Veda, it is Gopatha Brahmana. The Brahmana Granthas are in prose form. They explain the ethics, the morals to be followed by householders, and also discuss certain things pertaining to family and also society, well-being of society. Then the Brahmanas describe about certain yajnas, yagas, which are to be performed, and the methods of as to how to perform. All these are given there. Then all these Brahmana Granthas are divided into chapters. The methods of performing Chaturmasya, then Darshapurna, Agnistoma, then Agnihotra, Vajapeya, Ashwametha, etc. So many big yajnas, yagas, they are there described in the Brahmana Granthas. And also in these Brahmana Granthas, we find the stories of Urvasi and Pururava and Dushyanta and Shakuntala, etc. So there we find in these Brahmana Granthas, we find Vidhivakyas, Arthavadas and Anuvadas. Arthavada means they give certain stories, anecdotes to make it clear the points which they are telling. They explain through stories and anecdotes. Now regarding Aranyakas. Aranyakas actually means related to Aranya, forest. They are called as Aranyakas because either they are composed by the people who are staying in the forests to lead the ascetic life, their Vanaprastha, or because they are being studied and practiced by people, that is forest dwellers, people who are staying in the forest as Vanaprasthas, or maybe because they explain the way of life to be followed by Vanaprastha. Anyone may be the reason. So all these may be also the reasons why they are called as Aranyakas. That yajna prakriya which is performed by churning the arani mathana, then the fire comes out, and with that fire they used to perform all these yajnas mainly, and yajnas, yagas and all. It is called as Aranyaka, arani mathana tagni prajvalana. So maybe that is also called as Aranyaka. The Aranyakas are the concluding portions of Brahmanas. Samhitas, the end portion are Brahmanas. Brahmanas' end portions are Aranyakas. Aranyakas' end portions are Upanishads. Like that, the connection is there. So in these Aranyaka Granthas also, we find the discussion of Jivatma, Paramatma and Prakriti also. Then they explain the methods of contemplation, meditation and performance of kratus required to be performed by those who are in Vanaprastha asrama, that is aged people, old people who had renounced their family life. So people who have fulfilled their obligations, duties, and those who realize the fact that even though we enjoy a lot, there is no end to these desires, and there will not be any satisfaction at all, because tripti is the main important factor. Otherwise, whatever enjoyments people are enjoying, still they want to lead. So the same food we have to eat, the same type of life we are leading. When people recognize the and get with real nitya viveka, when they get detachment, develop vairagya, then they themselves want to lead a strict life, to be away from society. So they renounce completely, complete their duties and come to forests. So they lead the ascetic life along with their wives. Wife and husband, both of them will come to the forest, but lead the ascetic life to make their minds matured completely, get ready to get renounced and fully, and enter into sannyasa asrama. So after leading certain period as an ascetic life, leading this vanaprastha, then they take sannyasa asrama. So with the permission of the wife, the husband has to do. Naturally, by that time, she also mentally becomes matured spiritually, aiming for liberation only. So during Grihastha Asrama, people perform Yajna Yagadi Kratus with all needed materials, real Vedic altar, fire, all these sruvas, everything, and then all materials, Navadanyas, Lajalu, etc. Charuvu we say mainly, and fruits and all. But here in this Vanaprastha Asrama, whatever Yajna Yagadi Kratus they are performing, they literally, physically will not do as they did when they are in Grihastha Asrama. Now they do all this process mentally, manasika. So all these would be done not physically, but by mentally and symbolically. So that method would be taught to them by the elderly people, to those who come later in Aranya. So they are all called as Aranyakas. So just as the Aranyakas are the concluding portions of Brahmana, similarly Upanishads are the end portions of Aranyakas. Aitareya Upanishad is a part of Aitareya Aranyaka. The Kaushitaki Upanishad is a part of Sankhayana Aranyaka. Taittiriya Upanishad is a part of Taittiriya Aranyaka. Then Brihadaranyaka, that itself is Upanishad, a very big Upanishad book. Bruhat means big, Aranyaka. So the first three parts of Vedas belong to Karmakanda. In the Vedas, we find the knowledge of all the objects about all the objects of this world, Prakriti, and also about karma, about upasana and jnana. So now for the protection of Vedas, Maharshis arranged Pratishakyas. So in each Veda Pratishakya, several points related to Varna Samamnaya, then Swara Vyanjana Sankhya, Swara Ucharana Paddhati, Sandhis, Pragruhya Sankhyas, and also the Sankhya's symbols, and also the rules of splitting the words properly, their apavadas, the etymological derivations of the words, then the definitions, etc. All these are being explained. So Varna Samamnaya means all the letters clubbing together, then Swara Vyanjana Sankhya, how many letters are there, how many matras are there in each mantra to protect them so that nobody will disturb them adding a letter or something. So they took so much care of them. And also they made so many Samhita Patha, Pada Patha, Krama Patha, Ghana Patha, Ratha Patha, like that. They have they kept all these methods of reciting orally to protect the originality of the mantras and sanctity of all the mantras. Then each branch of Veda got a Pratishakya and also an Upanishad, but most of them are being extinguished. We already said, either destroyed or lost in due course of time due to several reasons. Now at present, Ruk Pratishakya, Taittiriya Pratishakya, Shukla Yajur Pratishakya, Sama Pratishakya, and Atharva Pratishakya are available. They are all with us. So whatever are available, at least we must take care of them and try to protect them, preserve them by learning and teaching to others. So the first three parts of Vedas belong to Karmakanda. In the Vedas, we find the knowledge of all objects, I said, that is Samasta Vastu Vijnana. And also they speak about Karma, Upasana, Jnana and all. The last part of Vedas is Vedanta. Because that is at the end of Veda, it is called as Vedanta. They are the Upanishads. Upanishads are Jnanakanda. They teach about only Paravidya, Brahma Vidya. So this itself is a very big topic. In fact, I am not touching, I said, but only they say, Kandadvayopapadyaya Karma Brahma Swarupine Swargapavarga Rupaya Yajneshaya Namo Namaha. We must bow down to fire god, Yajna, Adhisthana Devata, and Yajna, Vedika itself and Agnihotra, because in both Karmakanda and Jnanakanda, they have explained the Parameswara Tattva methods to reach that and acquire that knowledge and all. And Upanishads teach about Brahmajnana particularly. Through Karmakanda also one can get highest. Through Brahmajnana one can get liberated, moksha. So with several Mahavakyas, they explained Jiva Brahma Aikya. They proclaimed Ekameva Advitiyam Brahma Neha Nanasti Kinchana Mrityu Samrityumapnoti Ya Iha Naneva Pasyati, like that. That is, only Brahman alone exists and that became visible in the form of this world. So the word Upanishad is derived from the root Sad, Shadil, to sit, preceded by the Upasargas, that is prefixes Upa and Ni to them, and also Kvip Pratyaya. is added to that. Then the word Upanishad is formed. Sri Adishankara Bhagavad-pada defined the word Upanishad in his Bhashya on Kathopanishad as Sadir Dhatuh Visharanagatyavasadanarthasya Upanipurvasya Kviprichayantasya Rupam Upanishaditi. Upanishad means to sit near to Guru with Shraddha and Bhakti and to learn the most secret knowledge. It is called as Rahasya Vidya, Guhya Vidya. It is very secret because it cannot be attained by our sense organs or mind. It is beyond that. It can be understood only when we penetrate deep into ourselves through Samadhi Sthiti. So Sad Shadil means Visharana Gati Avasadana. The knowledge of Upanishads loosens the chains of samsara, destroys the ajnana avidya, and makes the disciple to obtain Brahma Jnana. That is why it is called as Rahasya Vidya, because it speaks about Brahman, which is Avang Manasa Gochara. Vak Manasa cannot see. So aprapya manasa saha, we say not only Indriyas, even mind cannot go there. So each one must turn his own sense organs inside, and by Guru Upadesha, then Shastra, Sravana, Manana, Nidhichasana, one can experience one's own self. So we got thousands of Upanishads, but 1180 Upanishads are spoken to be available now for us. Out of them, 108 Upanishads are selected, and mostly many people are aware of these 108 Upanishads. Then out of them, the most important first 10 Upanishads are being written. Adishankara Bhagavad-pada wrote commentaries for the first 10 Upanishads. Ishakena Katha Prisna Munda Mandukya Tittiri Aitareyam cha Chandogyam Bruhadaranyakam Tatha. It continues again. 108 Upanishads list is given in some Upanishad, Kaivalya Upanishad. So now the second point given in the topic of our today's webinar is Sat and Asat, followed by Tattva of Triad, mutual triad, they said. So Sat means to be, to exist, that is existence. Asat is that which is not. Sat is Asat. A is negative. Na. So non-existence. Almost all Upanishads speak about all these topics. Sat, Chit, Ananda, we say it is the Swarupa Lakshana of Brahman, Paramatma, Parabrahma. Existence, consciousness, bliss. And Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahma, we say. Then truth, knowledge, and bliss, endlessness, infinity. These are the characteristics of Brahman. Then another method of knowing the Brahman is Yatova imani putani jayante, yena jatani jivanti, yat prayanti apisam vishanti, tad vijignasasva tad brahmeti, says a guru to his disciple and son. So that from which everything originates, that by which it gets sustained, and then into which it enters at the time of Laya, that is Brahman. So we should know about that. That is Tatastha, Lakshana of Brahman. So Sat means real, Asat means not real. That is temporary. According to Vedanta or Upanishads, Brahman is the only ultimate reality, Sat. All other things, that is this world, it is an appearance. All the things are only appearances. Temporarily, they appear as if they are real, but they are not permanently real. Therefore, they all are asat, unreal. The words sat and asat are explained in different ways by different systems. Our Sanatana Dharma philosophical systems are there, they explain them. And so many persons explained this sat and asat. So they relate to the pairs of opposite, features, that is real and unreal, permanent and temporary, nitya, anitya. So like that, etc. Then Sat is, actually what is meant by Sat is existence, that is a Trikala Abhathita, which stays in present, past, and future, in all times, in all places, to all persons, everything. So that is Sat, that which does not change with the change of time or place or person, we can say. So that which exists permanently and which is the substance and which is the Antaryami, which is beyond and inner everything, that is Brahman. So Asat is that which changes in time, space, and persons. So that which undergoes Shadbhava Vikaras. Asti Jayate, Varthate, Viparinamate, Apakshiyate, Vinasyati. These Shadbhava Vikaras are there to all of us, to all living creatures, all sentient and non-sentient beings of this world. Also only Paramatma is not affected by this Shadbhava Vikaras. So complete creation, we can say the Savara Jangamatmaka Prakriti is Asat, because it is changing. All these are changing entities only, but which the so that which never changes, changeless, is Sat, permanently. So in the that is also called as Atma, Paramatma, we say. Then Brahman also. Atma and Paramatma both are sometimes used synonymously, and sometimes Atma is used as Jivatma, individual soul, and then Paramatma or Brahman is different. So this Brahman itself is also called as Chit Shakti, Chaitanya, the consciousness. The Upanishad says, he who sees the unchanging reality, Paramatma, Parabrahman, in this changing world is the real drashta, is the real seer, he who sees really, correctly. In the Chandogya Upanishad, we see the mantra, Sadeva Somya idamagra asid ekamevadvitiyam. Tadhaika ahur asadevedamagra asid ekamevadvitiyam. Tasmad asataha sat jayata. Then also it is said, Satveva somyedamagra asid ekamevadvitiyam. Sattu eva idam agra asid ekam eva advitiyam. So then in Taittiriya Upanishad it is said, Asadva idamagra asit. Tato vai sad ajayata, sat ajayata. Tad atmanam swayam akuruta. Tasma tad sukruta muchyata iti. I will explain all this. Now let us know what this, and also in Bruhadaranyaka also, Atmai Vedamagra asit sentence is there. That is, Atma means Sat only. Sat is and Purusha Vitaha, it says. So what is Sat and what is Asat, we must know clearly. At one place they said in the beginning, Sadeva Somya, Somya means so dear one, Sadeva Asit. Only Sat existed. Sateva idam agra asit. And at other place it is said in Taittiriya, Asadva idam agra asit, asataha sat jayata. So it appears as if there is a clash. But in fact, there will not be any clash in any of these mantras, though for just they appear as if there is a clash. We must understand at what context, who spoke with whom, how and why, what is the inner meaning and exact vyakhyana. The commentaries we should go, then we can understand and know that there is no conflict at all among all these mantras of all the Upanishads, Vedas. So we must understand all these points mainly. So what is the real meaning behind is very important. In Chandogya Upanishad, Guru Aruni Maharshi, he is instructing to his disciple and his son, Swetaketu, that in the beginning of this creation, before the creation, in the beginning, this world was in the form of Sat, pure existence. Satta Matra, we say several times, it comes in Vedanta and in Upanishads. We say in Telugu, Uniki, Astitva, Unduta. So Sat is neither any group or any jati or any dharma. No adjectives are there, no description is there for that Sat. So Sat is all pervading. It is one alone. Ekameva advitiyam. Second one is not there. It is only one alone. One. And also it is known to be everywhere and everything. which does not have any sort of gunas or guna dosha. Doshas are not there. Gunas also, like the gunas of this mundane world, they are not there. But certain the characteristics of Brahman are there. Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, like that. So this Brahman or Sat does not have any limbs as we possess. That is, actions are not there. That is pure knowledge. That is what we are knowing about this Sat and Asat from all the Upanishads. So before the creation, that is the creation when started to appear, then the creation is in the form of Nama Rupas. Diversity, changes are there. It was, so before it manifested, that Satchidananda, Parabrahma, Nirguna, Sat, before its manifestation, it was like Sat. When it manifested, it became Asat. Asat in the sense, this Jagad Rupa, in the form of world. So Adi Shankara Bhagavatpada, Jagadguru Shankaracharya, explained this in his commentary as, that is the same, this mantra of Chandogya Upanishad. In his commentary, Shankara Bhagavatpada said, Sadeva, Sat Eva, Sad iti Astita Matram. Astitva, Astita means existence. Astita Matram Vastu Sukshmam Nirvisesham Sarvagatam Ekam Niranjanam Niravayavam Vijnanam Yad Avagamyate Sarva Vedantepyaha. This is what I have explained in English now. That is given in Adi Shankara Bhagavatpada's words. The same words I explained in English first. That is, the Sat does not have any limbs, this, that, and all. So idam jagat nama rupa kriyavat vikrutam upalapyate yat tat sadeva asit. So whatever is appearing as this world is Sat only. So when it was like Sat, it is answered as Agre Jagataha. So Jagataha Prag Utpatte, before the Utpatti of the Jagat, this world, before this creation appeared, it was in Sat, it was like Sat, it is like Sat. So Satveva Somya idamagra asid ekameva advitiyam. Oh dear one, in the beginning, this world was in the form of just existence, without any names and forms. That existence alone existed, nothing else. No second one was there. So before the creation, Sat means always Suddha Sattva, alone existed. But because it cannot be known or perceived or grasped, it is to be only experienced. So as it is Avangmanasa Gochara, so some consider that Asat existed before creation. And when creation came into existence, we are perceiving all this variegation, nanatva. So yatra yatra vyavahara gocharatvam tatra tatra astitvam iti. So that is how normal people think. Therefore, the idea Asade Vedamagra Asit has come. That is Asat Eva. Asat only existed in the beginning. But that is not correct, says the master Aruni Maharshi to his disciple and son Swetaketu. So prior to creation, the Sat was in the form of Avyakta Nama Rupas. Sat means Brahman. This Brahman is called as Akshara Brahman in Mundakopanishad and Brihadaranyaka also. Akshara Brahmana, a very big chapter is there on this topic. As Sat Brahma in Chandogya Upanishad, as Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma in Taittiriya Upanishad, and as Turiyam Brahma in Mandukya Upanishad. Thus, by several names, this Sat Brahman is explained. So here we must know what is Satkaryavada and what is Asatkaryavada to know about this Sat and Asat clearly. Because all the Maharshis of Shaddarsanas, they have discussed this Satkaryavada and Asatkaryavada. So Sankhya people believe in Satkaryavada, whereas Vaiseshikas and Nayayikas, Nyaya Sutra, they believed in Asatkaryavada. So like the differences are there a little. Then, in fact, Ajankara Bhagavad also accepts Satkaryavada, but differs a little and speaks about Advaita. So we must also know about that Trita, the triad, mutual triad, as it is mentioned in the topic. So the triad in this context, this Sat and Asat is Jiva, that is Jivatma, Jagat, that is the world, Srishti, and Paramatma, Parabrahman, the transcendental reality. So the Sat, that is Jivatma, Paramatma, Prakriti, we can say. Here in this Chandogya Upanishad, the Guru said that somebody say that Asat existed first and Sat came from that Asat. Tasmat Asataha Sat Ajayata is the sentence. But how can anything come from nothing? Asat means nothing, Sat means something. Something can come out of something. Something cannot come out of nothing. So, he negated, actually Guru, that Uddalaka Maharshi negated that idea while speaking, explaining to his son. He said, Kutastu khalu soumya evam syad iti ha uvacha katham asataha sat jayeta iti. How can sat come from asat? No, it cannot come. It is satveva soumya idamagra asit ekameva advitiyam. So, only sat existed in the beginning, and Sat alone appeared as if it is like Asat, that is the world. So in the beginning, Sat is there, which is Advitiya, not having a second one at all. The tree exists in the seed, in the dormant dormant stage. Though the tree is not seen, only we see the seed. But when certain situations are provided, the very big tree comes out of the small seed. So unless the seed, the tree exists in this seed, the tree cannot come out. That is what Satkaryavada says. So that is why it comes out unseen when appropriate situations occur. Soil, water, sunlight, etc. All these should be there. If the tree does not exist at all in its seed, how can it come out? So the tree is there in the seed in an avyakta rupa, avyakta form. Vyakta means visible, avyakta not visible. So later it became vyakta. Similarly, Sat was like the seed and Asat, the world was like the tree. And so it came from the Sat, it came from Sat. We can get butter from the milk, oil from either sesame seeds or groundnut seeds. So unless this oil exists in the seeds, how can it come out? That is Satkaryavada. So in the mud and the pot, there is mud. The mud is molded into a pot. When Nama and Rupas are given to the mud, then it becomes Karya. Mud is the Karana, the cause. The pot, jars, jugs, plates, etc. They are all karyas. They are having nama and rupa. So to the pot, the karya, the karana is mud, the reason. The name and form are there in mud also, and in these pots, etc., jugs and all also. But in the mud, the nama rupas are not visible in a particular shape, whereas in other objects it is visible. So when nama rupas become visible, we are forgetting that it is the mud. We call that as kunda, mukudu, munta, etc. We call as jug, pot and all. And we forget that it is mud pot, we must say actually. So here the mud is nimitta karana, and the potter, the one who prepared, who made this mud, turned it into pot, the potter, he is called as Upadana Karana. Then the wheel, the water, the stick, etc., which the potter uses, they are all the helping instruments to this potter. So when the mud is given a particular shape, it is called as Ghata. That is the pot. Sankhya Siddhanta accepts this Satkaryavada. They say that the Karya exists in the Karana That is, the pot exists in the mud, the cloth exists in the threads, and the butter or ghee exists in the milk, etc. So this Satkaryavada emphatically says that the Sat cannot come out of Asat. Anything can come from something, from Sat, but not from nothing, Asat. The Sankhyakara Iswara Krishna, actually Kapila Maharshi gave this Sankhya Siddhanta to us, but later on Iswara Krishna, the Sankhyacara, he wrote a book, and Iswara Krishna's Karikas became very famous. We are all studied those books only. So this Iswara Krishna, he gave 5 reasons for the existence of the effect in its physical cause before the appearance, before it appeared. Sankhyakarika, it is given there. So the 5, what are the 5 reasons? Asadakarana, Upadana Grahanat, Sarva Sambhava, Abhavat, Shektasya Shekya Karanat, Karana Bhavacha Satkaryam. That which does not exist cannot be produced. There is no necessity of physical reason for the effect. Everything cannot be produced from anything. Anything produces anything according to its capacity only. Neem tree, from neem seed, neem tree comes. Mango seed, mango tree comes. So from mud, we can make these mud pots, not iron plates like that. This is. Now the 5th point is the effect possesses the characteristics of the cause. So Nyaya and Vaiseshika systems, they accept Asat Karyavada. According to Asat Karyavada, the effect is newly created. That differs from its cause. The cause and effect cannot be exactly the same. The effect is not the change of the cause. So the main teaching of Asat Karyavada is the effect will not exist in its cause before its origination. So if the effect already exists in the cause, then it becomes meaningless to say that the work is done, the potter has molded it, or the weaver weaved the cloth. Why to say it already exists? So that is their logic. So the jar, it is created. If the jars, pots, etc. already exist in the mud, then why should the potter take efforts to preparing this and making? Created, we say, in fact, he has created it. He has molded it. The cloth is being weaved through the threads and all. So there is a great person by name Sridhar Sharma. He is Asat Karyavada, as Iswara Krishna of Satkaryavada. So this Sridhar Sharma argues that the effect does not exist in the cause first. Originally, it was not there. It never exists. But later, due to other factors, it comes out. So he says that the power of origination exists in a particular object only in a particular cause. So there is no necessity of the existence of the effect in the cause. This is the final idea given by that Sridhar Sharma. So this Asat Karyavada is also called as Arambhavada. The same is said in Nyaya Kundali, the Nyaya Sutras and all. So it is given like this. So many points they gave, slokas like that. So only one point I will give you. Yadi Karana Vyaparat Pragapi Vastraha Tantushu San Eva Kimit Upalapthi Karaneshu Satsu Satyamapi Jignasaya Nopalapyate. It is a very big sentence statement. So many statements are given. So like this, they have given several reasons to say that the effect Karya does not exist in Karana, in the cause before its appearance. Yadi Karana Vyaparat Pragapi, even before the Karya, the Karana Vyaparat, even before the Karya has come, that work is being done, Pragapi, even before that. Suppose Vastra is there in the Tantu, then Kimiti Upalapthi Karane Shubha, what is the necessity of this? The same idea is given here. So all the systems, that is all darshanas, discussed in the same manner and spoke about Srushti, how this world emanated, world came into existence, what relation is there between Jiva, Jivatma, Paramatma, and Jagat, the creation. Sankhya speaks of 24 tattvas and tattvas made of Trigunas, Sattva, Rajas, Tamo gunas, Prakriti. So 24 characteristic tattvas are there in Prakriti. Together is called as Prakriti, and Paramatma, Purusha, is the 25th tattva. So, and Nayayika, that is actually this nature is there for the enjoyment of Purusha. Prakriti is there for Purusha, Sankhya say. Then Nayayikas and Vaiseshika speak about certain number of dravyas and say that with that Padartha Jnana, one can get a real knowledge, the Yadartha Jnana, and can get Mukti, liberation, the final aim of our life. In Yoga Darshana, Patanjali Maharshi speaks of Ashtanga Marga to reach Ishvara. Then Mimamsakas, they believe in the statements given in Purva Paga of Vedas and Swarga Kamo, Yajeta, etc. and say that by doing Yajna Yagadi, Kratus and all, one can go to Swarga, etc. and they can get Mukti also, they say. So Uttara Mimamsa or Vedanta Darshana speaks of the essence of Upanishads in different viewpoints as Dvaita, Advaita, Visishtadvaita, Dvaitadvaita, Suddhadvaita and all. So Adi Shankara Bhagavad-pada established Advaita Siddhanta with the Mayavada or Mithyavada. We find the same in the Upanishads also. Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya Jivo Brahmaiva na Paraka na Aparaka. All these Siddhantas discussed about Karya Karana Vada and triad Jiva Jagat Brahman and all. Ekameva Advitiyam, only one entity exists and that is Sat or Brahman. Advaita says that the Brahman with its own invisible power Maya, it is the invincible power of Brahman, inseparable power of Brahman is Maya. It appears as the Jagat, the world or the Srishti. Maya is a very wonderful power. Adi Shankara Bhagavad-pada wrote Maya Panchaka, 5 poems explaining the characteristics of Maya, nature of Maya. And in every poem, last line, he says, Akhatana Khatana Patiyasi Maya, which can be done. Khatana and Akhatana can be done by that. So even Swami Vidyaranya explained about this Maya in Vedanta Panchadashi as Sannapya Sannapyupayatmikano, Phinnapyaphinnapyupayatmikano, Sangapya Sangakyupayatmikano, Mahadbhuta Anirvachaniya Rupa is Maya. So the relation between Brahman and this Maya is like Bimba and Pratibimba, reflection seen in a mirror. So the reflection is neither we nor different from us. When we see into the mirror, it appears as if the resemblance is correct, but that is not real. I am real. My reflection is unreal. So thus Brahman is Sat. The reflection is Asat. So what appears is not true actually. The world is seen and experienced by us because we feel we are here, just as in Swapna. So we feel that it exists, but Advaita Vedanta says that what we are seeing is not at all exactly its form. Maya means world is Mithya, they say. Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya Jivo Brahmaiva Naparaha. Mithya does not mean does not exist. It means that what is appearing is not correct. So it is appearing different is Avana Sikti and Vikshepa Sikti. The two powers of Maya are covering the truth and making the truth appear differently. So Brahman is Sat. Brahman with Maya is Jagat Asat. So Jagat means that which is born and is going away, that is changing. Jam Gamayati iti Jagat we say. Jiva is only the reflection of Brahman, resemblance of Brahman also we can say in Ajnana or Maya. Mundakopanishad says, Dva Suparna Sayuja Sakhaya Samanam Vriksham Parishasvajate Tayor Anyaha Pippalam Swadvatti Anashnan Nanyo Aphichakashiti. This is a very beautiful, great mantra which speaks about Jivatma and Paramatma and Samsara also. The triad is given in this, explained in this one mantra. Two birds are sitting on the branch, on the same branch of same tree. One of them is enjoying the fruits of that tree, Samsara Vriksha. The tree itself is Samsara. So the Punya Papa karmas, they reflects one. The fruits the bird is eating means the Jivatma is suffering and enjoying the Punya Papa in this world. Whereas the other bird is just watching without eating anything. That bird is Kevala Sakshi, the witness. So the Sakshi witness is Parabrahman. The creation of this world is also explained differently in different Upanishads. It is given in the Aitariya Upanishad like this. Atma va idameka evagra asit nanyat kinchana mishat saikshata lokannu sruja iti. Before this creation, Nitya Suddha Buddha Mukta Sarvajnatva, Sarvashiktimatva, Sarvavyapakatva, Paramatman, Parabrahman alone is shining. So that alone existed, is existing. Nothing existed other than that. That Brahman intended to create the world. So he first created the lokas, lokas srishti. Then Ampoloka, Marichiloka, Maraloka, Mara means human beings, Maraloka and Jalaloka, etc. Lokas are created. After creating the lokas, Paramatma created gods. Then the Loka Palakas to rule the worlds. Then he created hunger and thirst. The gods wanted to have a place to reside in. So Paramatma created a bull and a horse and showed them. Then God said, no, these are not sufficient for us. We cannot make them as our houses, places to reside. Then Paramatma created human being, the Manava Upadhi. Then all the gods, they exclaimed, Sukritam, Bata Sukritam, well done, very well done. They became very happy seeing the body of us, human beings. Then all the gods entered into our different parts of our body. So Mukkuti Devatas, we say 3 crores of gods. They are all there existing in the body of each and every human being, all of us. So Deho Devalaya Prokto Jivo Deva Sanatanaha, says the Upanishad. Then Taittiriya Upanishad speaks of Srishti Krama as Tasmad va etasmad Atmana. Atma means Paramatma only. Atmana Akasha Samputaha Akashat Vayu Vayo Ragnihi Agnerapah Arthyaha Prithvi Prithivyam Voshathayaha Voshathi Pyonam Annat Purushaha, like that. This is the process of creation. In another Upanishad, it is said that Paramatma thought, Ekoham Vakusyam, I am alone. Let me become manifold. So thus he created, he himself divided, and male and female came, all this world came, all living creatures, birds, beasts, everything they came. Thus he created the world, and Tat Sruštva Tadevanu Pravishyat. He has created the world and he also entered into that. That is, in each and every atom of this creation, Paramatma is existing. After creating the world, he entered. So even Vishnu Sahasranama says Visvam Vishnu. So Upanishads describe the characteristics of Brahman as Nirguna, Niranjana, Nirakara, Nishkriya, etc. Ashabdam, Asparsham, Arupam, Avyayam, Tatharasam, Nityam, Aganthavachayat, Anadyanantam, Mahataha, Param, Dhruvam, Nichayatam, Ruchu, Mukhat, Premuchyate. It is there in Kathopanishad. Then very beautiful, wonderful mantra which speaks about different, wherever Paramatma exists, is given in the same Kathopanishad, and all of you are mostly reciting this mantra every day at the time of doing Sanchya Vandana. Om Hamsaha Shuchi Sat. Om Hamsaha Shuchi Shad Vasur Antariksha Sad Hota Vedishad Atithir Durona Shat Nrushad Varasad Rutasad Vyomasad Abja Goja Rutaja Adrija Rutam Bruhat. That is, Paramatma exists in all these, everywhere in the whole universe. Now regarding Sat and Asat, Taittiriya Upanishad said, Asadva idamagra asit tato vai sat ajayata tad atmanam swayam akuruta tasma tat sukruta muchyata iti. While writing commentary on this, Adi Shankara Bhagavatpada, he explains like this. Asadva idamagra asit. Asad iti vyakruta nama rupa visesha viparita rupam avyakrutam brahma uchyate. Na punaha atyantam eva asat. Nahi asataha sat satjanma asti. Idam iti namarupa visheshavad vyakrutam jagat. Agre purvam pragutpatte brahma eva asat shabda vachyam asit. Tataha asataha vai sat pravibhakta namarupa vishesham ajayata utpannam. So asadva idamagra asit tato vai sadajayata is the mantra. So here asat does not mean non-existent. That is, it does not mean not non-existent. It means avyakruta brahma. Vyakruta, vistarinchina, we say, that which is spread, avyakruta, invisible brahma. That brahman which is not manifested in the form of names and forms. So if asat means non-existence, then nothing can come out of that. So the word asat is brahman only in the unmanifested state. From that Moola Shakti Brahman named as asat, the sat, the existence in the form of world has come out. The sat means to be, unduta as we say. So this world is sat here. So in our Sanatana Dharma, in this world, there are so many tritayas, triads. There are trigunas, sattva, rajas, tamo gunas, jivatma, paramatma, and prakriti. The third one is jagra, swapna, sushupti, avasthat. The fourth one is stula, sukshma, karana, sharirat. Then fifth one is dvaita, advaita, visishtadvaita, siddhantas. Then Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Vedatrayi is another triad. Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, Suvarloka is given in Vedas, another triad. Upanishads speak only 3 lokas and not 14 lokas, 7 lokas, about 7 below. So then Prithvi, Apaha, Tejas is another triad spoken in Upanishads. Trimurtis, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheswarat. Then 3 Shaktis, Saraswati, Lakshmi, Parvati. Then Triputi, we say, Karta, Karma, that is Jnata, Jnanam, Jneyam. This is Triputi. Then 3 Pramanas are there. Pracheksha, Anumana, Shabda. Then Upanishads speak of another triad. Sun, moon, and fire are of equal luster, tejas, heat, and all. Moon, of course, cool even then. So another triad. Thus, there are many triads in our Puranas and Vedas. So, and in our Sanatana Dharma. All these can be discussed if time permits, but I'm leaving it here. So mostly all of us know all these triads. We all know that there are Panchamahabhutas, Prithivya, Teja, Vayu, Akashas. Taittiriya Upanishad speaks of all 5 Mahabhutas. We already recited that mantra. But only 3 Mahabhutas are being spoken to form the world in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Akasha and Vayu, because they are amurta, they do not have visible form, they are formless. So they are kept separate, and only those 3 which are visible to us, Prithivya, Tejas, that is earth, water, and fire. These are Murta, Murta Brahma and Amurta. Murta, Amurta, Brahmana is there, one chapter. So they have form and they are visible. Okay, that's about triad. Now last topic. Now let us discuss about the doctrine of karma, which is very interesting and very essential, which is known by all of us, and still everyone gets always some or other doubts in it. All Upanishads, they are discussed in the Upanishads, our Puranas and Dharma Shastras, also this doctrine of karma. It says that whatever works we do, we will get the result, fruits of those works, either punya or papa or something. So this is called as karma siddhanta, doctrine of karma, action. The base of our Sanatana Dharma is this karma siddhanta. And we can get satisfactory answers through karma siddhanta to so many questions for which we cannot get answers anywhere in any system, in any doctrine, in any language, anywhere. In this world encyclopedia, the Prapancha Vijnana also we can say, for all those doubts, all those questions, we can get answers through Karma Siddhanta. And it completely gives the synthesis, Samanvaya, it gives. So every living being continuously does some work or other. No one can be without doing any work. Even for a moment, we cannot say. If we say, I am calm, to be calm is also a work, a karma. Nahi kaschit kshanamapi jatu tishtat yakarma krut. Karyate hyavashah karma sarvaha prakriti jair gunayiki, says Paramatma in Gita. Everyone has to do the works being under the control of Trigunas of Prakriti. Daily routine works are there. That is, we do normally so many works. They are all not karmas. They are just instigations. And just as the child drinks mother's milk like that, they are not karmas. So to take bread, to eat food, routine duties, they do not come under karmas. Then what are the karmas which yield the results, good or bad, papa, punya? So to do Shastra Vihita karmas, actions are of two types, Vihita karmas and Nishiddha karmas. We should never do the Nishiddha karmas, the which are karmas which are prohibited by Shastra. We should not do. The karmas prohibited by Shastra are, so many are given, of course. So, and all of us also, in fact, know. Then some other karmas which are to be done by us, Vihita karmas. These Vihita karmas are again different varieties, Nitya karmas, Naimitika karmas, Kamya karmas, Nishkama karmas. Now, which are Nitya karmas? Nitya karmas are, many are given. Snanam sancha depo homaha devatanam cha pujanam atityam vaishvadevancha shatkarmani dine dine. These are the Nitya karmas. And also Veda says Aharakaha sancham upasita. Every day one must do sancha vandana. Yavat jivam agnihotran juhiyat. As long as we live, we must worship fire god. These are all Nitya karmas. Then Maharshi said that the karmas are so many varieties. Nitya karmas and then Naimitika, Nisheta karmas and Nitya karmas over. Then Naimitika karmas means the pujas which we do, Vinayaka Chavati, Varalakshmi Vratam, etc. The pujas which the austerities done on any pretext within something. They are all Naimitika karmas, taking a nimitta, a karana when we do, that is Naimitika. Then Kamya karmas are the karmas which we do with the intention of obtaining something. Suppose Putra Kameshti, that is the Maharaja did, that is Kamya karma. There is no end to the desires at all. When one desire is fulfilled, another desire will be going on, coming. So Kamya karmas are, Kamyas are actually Dareshana, Thaneshana, Putreshana. Only these three are the main and are higher reasons after death. So for the sake of them, Svarga Kamo Yajeta. So that is Kamya karma. So Jyotishtomena Yajeta, we say Svarga Kamo Yajeta are these Kamya karmas. Then Maharshis divided these karmas again into three types. They are Sanchita karmas, Prarabdha karmas, Agami karmas. That is Anarabdha karma. The doctrine of karma and the doctrine of rebirth, Punarjanma Siddhanta, both are interlinked. So all of us are taking several births. What all works are done by us in the previous births, they yield results, fruits, either good or bad according to the works we did. And they are all stored at a place. They are called as Sanchita karmas, acquired actions, fruits of actions. From that heap of Sanchita karma, Ishvara gives a little, he takes a little and gives it to us as Prarabdha karma and sends us, giving an upadhi, he sends it to the to this earth to live and to bhoga them, to enjoy or suffer that karma. Prarabdha karma, prarabdham bhogato nashyet. If we enjoy or suffer, then that prarabdha karma will be over. But during this lifetime, again, we do so many works and so much of punya or papa, we acquire a heap of that. Again, that becomes anarabdha karma. It has not yet started, but it is there. That karma phala also, that sanchita karma phala is there. This agami karma phala is also here. So we have to enjoy or suffer all these until completely the karma phala becomes nissesha. We have to take birth again, birth, rebirths. In this cycle of birth and death, we have to come. So these agami karmas also, the results are sometimes atyutkataihi punya papaihi ihaiva phalamasnute, is also said. That is when it becomes very severe. If either good works or bad works, either punya or papa, then here in this life, in this janma itself, we suffer or enjoy the fruits of those good or bad deeds we did, merit or demerits. So in Srimad Ramayana, Ayodhya Kanda, it is said, Yadacharati Kalyani Shubham va Yediva Ashubham Tadeva Lapate Bhadra Karta Karmana Matmanaka. With Kausalya Mata said, then Yed Acharati Kalyani, whatever works we did, either Supha or Asupha, the fruit comes to us. Avashyam Anupoktavyam Krutam Karma Shubha Shubham. This is inevitable. Na Bhuktam Kshiyate Karma Kalpa Koti Setairapi, without enjoying, experiencing the good or bad results of the works we did, even if Kalpa Koti Janmas are over, unless we experience complete and make it Nissesha, it will not leave us. That Karma Phala will never leave us. As long as Karma Phala is remaining, one has to take birth. So Yatha Dhenu Sahasreshu Vatso Vindati Mataram Tatha Purva Krutam Karma Kartaram Anugachati. Just as the calf approaches her own mother, even though the mother is there among thousands of cows, the daughter Vatsa, Govasa, directly goes to her mother. Similarly, this karma phala also goes to the same person who did that action. Lakhs of stories are there in our Puranas, in our Shastras, Granthas and all, to show these as an examples. So now again, the results of the actions are of three types. Anishtam, Ishtam, Misram cha Trivitham Karmanaka Phalam. The fruits of the actions are either Ishta, desired, liked by us, Anishta, which are not liked by us, or Mishra, middle. In between, Punya and Papa both are there. If a person does all Sukritas only, then he gets Svargadi Lokas, then he becomes, he takes birth as God, divine people, and enjoys there in that world. So, Chine Punye Marchalokam Vishanti. When that Punya Phala enjoyment is over, again he has to take birth. Anishta Phala is we never want to suffer in this world, either with diseases or afflictions or any problems on this earth. Then we do not want to suffer at Naraka, Narakabathas and all. Then when a person does severe bad demerit Papa, then he has to take birth, he has to suffer a lot here, there in Naraka, and also that Jiva will take birth as Krimi Kitaka, birds, beasts, Tirya Jantu in the next birth. So Misrama Phala, when merits and demerits both are there, then they, such people, we are all of such type. They take the birth of human beings. The upadhi of human being will be given to them so that they can nullify and remove their papa phala and can enhance the punya phala or can get moksha also. Anything is possible only with this upadhi. That is why Jantunam Narajanma Durlapam. So he also, that according to karma phala, one has to take birth until we get moksha. So if one does the actions with the feeling of kartrutva and bhoktrutva, I am doing this work, I am the yajamani, I am enjoying, then he has to take birth after birth till that karma phala becomes nissesha. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani, jatare sayanam, and all Shankar Bhagavad said. We must know that all the deeds we are doing, they are all endowed with three defects. Each and every action we do has three defects in it. What are they? So we must try to get rid of these. When they are defects, we know we should make them go away from us. The first one of any actions we do is dukkha sammisritva. Whatever works we do, it is mixed with dukkha, sorrow. So without the mixture of dukkha, no work is here ordinarily when we do with kartrutva and bhoktrutva. Then second defect is atruptikaratva. We never get satisfied. Even though we get a lot, we still want to get more. Even though we are enjoying, still want to enjoy. The third defect is bandhakarakatva. Any work we do, it ties, it binds us. Bad, wicked deeds tie us with iron chains, then good works, meritorious works, if we do, that binds with golden chains. That's all. That is the only difference. But even if we do meritorious deeds, we will not get mukti. We may go up to Hiranyagarbhaloka, enjoy happiness there, but still has to come back to the world. So if we are eating a sweet, happiness remains only for few minutes at that time. Then later on, we may get stomachache or something. Or again, we want to eat that again. So no tripti is there for this enjoyment. So suppose we do meritorious deeds and go to heaven and higher lokas, again we have to come back. So what is the use of that? That is why a sage, he refused to go to heaven also when Indra sent Matali and chariot to bring him. And he got liberated within minutes by getting real knowledge, jnana devatu kaivalyam. So we must try to make our karmas nisesha and gain the real knowledge. Then we can get liberation. So all the sanchita karmas and prarabdha karmas, arabdha karmas, anarabdha karmas, everything must get destroyed. Sri Krishna Paramatma gave us this way, this means in Bhagavad Gita, and all our Shastras, they gave so many upayas. Out of them, the best one is Nishkama Karma. So, Karma Yoga. There are Karma Yoga, he spoke about Karma Sannyasa Yoga, then Nishkama Karma Yoga. Nishkama Karma is the best method given in Bhagavad Gita. So, among all these, even Nishkama Karma is the best. We must follow that. Nihi Kama Karma. We must do karmas, but without desire. Iswararpitam Nechaya Krutam, says even Ramana Maharshi. So we must surrender ourselves to Paramatma and do our duty sincerely without aspiring the result, fruit of the actions. We must do, they are all our duty, and because God asked us to do the works we are doing for the sake of Paramatma, we should not aspire the fruits and results, but we must aim at the success of the works. So we will not get, the works will not bind us, and we will get the fruits automatically. Even though we are not willing to get the fruit, we get it because karma phala pradata is Paramatma. So we must aspire only the prayojana, the result, fruit which society enjoys with our works. Then that becomes Nishkama Karma. So Paramatma said in Gita, Yajnadana tapa karma natyadyam karyameva tat. One must do all these sacrifices, donations, charity, penance and all, but with Parameswara Arpana Buddhi and without Ahankara and Mamakara and without the egoistic feeling, Aham Bhavana. Ishavasya Upanishad also said, Kurvanne veha karmani jijivishet sharadasyatam. We must live 100 years here doing our duties. Vihita karmas, Paramatma said, Karmanye vadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala heturpu mate sangus swakarmani. This we must put it into practice every day. So, you got right only in the, that is, we got adhikara, right only in doing the actions, not in aspiring the results, fruits. Because karma phala pradata is Ishvara, not we. We cannot give. Even the karma cannot give any result to us. Karma kim phalam karma tajjadam, says Ramana Maharshi. If we do the actions with the feeling of I, then it binds. Mameti bachyate jantuhu nirmameti vimuchyate. So it releases. When we do with nishkama karma, then nirahankara, nirmamakara. Mamakara should not be there. So we must do the works wishing the purpose of it, prayojana of the actions and not the fruits of the action. Suppose a bridge is built or a lake or a well is dug, then the result is, of course, the money the person gets as wages or something, that he will automatically he will get whether he asks or not. But the purpose is the benefit of society. So such actions will not bind anybody because they are done. Nishkama karma is that they are done without personal vyaktigata prayojana. So Paramatma instructed all of us, mayeva mana atatsva, maye buddhim niveshaya, nivasishyasi mayeva ata urtvam na samshayaha. Keep your mind and intellect fixed on me. You will reside in me. You need not worry. I will take care of you. Paramatma assured us. So Paramatma said, yoga saha kuru karmani. We must do the karmas, becoming a yogi. Get united with Paramatma. Yogina karma kurvanti sangam tyaktva atma suddhaye. Even the yogis and sannyasis and mukta purushas, jivan muktas, all these people, they do the works for the benefit of society and not for themselves, and to be a model to others. So such actions will not bind them. Paramatma is karma phala pradata, so we need not have to worry at all. He will take care of us when we surrender to him. So karma is always jada. It will not give any result. It is Paramatma who gives. Kartrurajnaya prapyate phalam karma kim param karma tad jadam, said Ramana Maharshi. Then Paramatma is residing in us, in our hearts, everywhere in the universe. He is all knower. So he gives each one's karma phala to him only, just as the bank cashier gives us our money only to us under certain rules and regulations. Even though it is our money, we cannot go and snatch and take it away. The person has to give us. Similarly, the locker, we kept our own jewelry or money or some documents in the locker, but along with our key, bank's locker key also should be there. Unless that person permits and keeps that key, we cannot take. Thus, Paramatma is there who has to take care of us. Unless unless we surrender to him with mutual cooperation, we have to achieve anything in this world also. So similarly, with regard to the actions and Paramatma, Bhagavan, the fruits of karmas are given to us by God. So, but we say it is vidhi vrata, tala vrata, we say sometimes. Vidhi likitam, lalata likita rekha parimashtum na shakyate. So what a person has to enjoy, he must enjoy. Then how to get mukti, liberation, it's already explained. So to get mukti, we must surrender to God. We must do our duty sincerely for the sake of pleasing Paramatma, not for getting any results. And also, we must get Guru Padesha, Sravana, Manana, Nidichyasana. One must get real knowledge. Then one has to become a Viragi. Vairagya, Viveka and Vairagya must arise in us. Then only we can get the real knowledge. Nitya Nitya Vastu Viveka. Then with that Viveka, we come to know that nothing is Sasvata, eternal here, and we must acquire to get eternal happiness, eternal peace. That is only when we become one with Brahman, Brahma with Brahmaiva Bhavati. So all these Sanchita karmas, when we follow this method, then automatically all the Sanchita karmas would be burnt to ashes. Just as the fried seeds, they cannot, even though sun heat is there, water is there, good soil is there, they will not sprout. Similarly, our deeds also, when we do with Nishkama karma, then the Sanchita karmas will be burned. So because we are doing surrendering to Paramatma, whatever works we are doing, that prarabdha we are enjoying, and that will be completely over. Then know what all works we are doing, we are doing under the name of God. So no more new results will come. So no future anarabdha karmas will not be there. So nullified completely. All sanchita, prarabdha, agami karmas are fully burnt and we can get liberated by jnana. Jnana devatu kaivalyam. So in fact, our mind is the main culprit. That is why in Shivananda Lahari in several poems, Adshankara Bhagavad-pada explained about the nature of mind and then surrendered it to the feet of Paramatma. Manayeva Manushyanam Karanam Bantha Mokshayo. Banthaya Vishayasaktam Mutyai Nirvishayam Smrutam. So we must make our mind, chitta under our control, our indriyas under our control and our buddhi also. And completely we must surrender to the feet of Lord Paramatma. So Karacharana Kurtamba, Karma Vakaya Jamba, Sravanam Nayana Jamba, Manasam Vaparatham, Vihitam Avihitam Va, Sarvameta Kshemasva, Siva Siva Karunabde, Sri Mahadeva Simpo, Kayena Vacha, Manasindriyerva, Buchatmanava, Prakriti Swapava, Karumi Yajit, Sakalam Parasmai, Narayanayeti Samarpayami, Swasti.
ధన్యవాదములండి.
Dhanyavadam.
Now we will take up some questions from
Okay.
the audience. Those who want to ask any question, please unmute yourself and ask. Vishwanatha Rao garu.
All the Bija mantras are single syllables, Amma.
Yeah, Andy? Yes.
All Bija mantras are single syllables only, or
Bijaksharas.
Bija mantras. Like
Bija mantras, no, Bija aksharas. Mantras will be having Bijaksharas in them.
Like
Bijaksharas, mostly one letter, then 1.5 letter Bijaksharas also are there.
Like Gam for Ganapati.
We should not utter Bijaksharas, but each and every god got his own, her own Bijakshara. Then there are so many other Bijaksharas. Each and every letter of Samskrita Bhasha is a Bijakshara. Spelt in a particular manner. That becomes Bijakshara.
For Bija mantras, we need not prefix Om while
Bija
chanting.
For Bija mantras?
We need not prefix Om like Om Namah Shivaya.
Om itself is Pranava. Om, from Omkara itself, the whole universe emanated. The entire language, all the letters, all the Bijaksharas also emanated from Omkara. We keep that Pranava Akshara, Pranava Bijakshara before uttering any Nama mantra, because actually all gods are in our Sanatana Dharma, in Mata, of course, Hinduism, we can say there are so many gods, but all these gods are the names and different names and forms of only one Nirguna Niranjana Paramatma. To give that knowledge, this Omkara is given. So when uttered with Pranava Bija Akshara, that Nama becomes a mantra. And we get the knowledge that through this Nama Rupa, through this mantra, we are not worshipping this Pratika or Pratiko Upasana, they say. We are worshipping Nirguna Niranjana, ultimate reality, that Paratattva. We will have that knowledge. So for the sake of that, this Pranava Bijaksha is kept in the beginning of any mantra.
Dhanyavad.
Dhanyavad.
Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else wants to ask any question? Okay. I think nobody has any questions.
Okay.
If no questions are there, then we'll go for Prarthana by Sharada ji.
Okay.
And then we all go for reciting one Janagana.
Janagana.
Okay. Sharada ji.
स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्याः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं शोभरहितो ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः अपुत्राः पुत्रिणः सन्तु पौत्रिणः अधनाः सधनाः सन्तु जीवन्तु सरदां सतं सत्यं वद धर्मं चर स्वाध्यायान् मां प्रभदः सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कच्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः सर्वे जना सुखिनो भवन्तु स्वस्ति
ఓకే, ధన్యవాదములండి శారద గారు.
థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్
Ratnam garu, you want to ask any question or want to say anything? 1 minute. I will unmute you. 1 minute. Very good. Ratnam garu. Okay, unmute.
అమ్మా ఎక్సలెంట్. మొత్తం మొత్తం ఈ వేద కాన్సెప్ట్స్ అన్నీ కలిసి ఒక చిన్న ఇదేంటి బొకేలో ఇచ్చినట్టుగా ఇచ్చారు మాకు అందరికి. చాలా చక్కగా చెప్పారు. ఆ ఒకదానికి తేడా ఏంటి అని కూడా చాలా బాగా చెప్పారు. ఆ సత్ గురించి కూడా చాలా క్లారిటీ తోటి చాలా ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ పెట్టుకుని అన్ని కూడా చెప్పారు. చాలా ధన్యవాదాలమ్మా. మిమ్మల్ని వినడానికి నాకు చాలా అదృష్టం అనిపించింది. ధన్యవాదాలు.
థ్యాంక్ యూ. పరమాత్మ అనుగ్రహం.
ఓకే, థ్యాంక్స్ అండి రత్నం గారు. నౌ లెట్ us all go for let's all go for Janaganamana, please. All stand up. Janaganamana adhinayaka jaya he Bharata bhagya vidhata Punjab Sindhu Gujarat Maratha Dravida Uttara Vanga Vindhya Himachala Yamuna Ganga Uchala Jaladi Taranga Tava Subha Nami Jahe Tava Subha Ashisha Mage Gahe Tava Jaya Gadha Janagana Mangala Dayaka Jaya He Bharata Bhagya Vidhata Jaya He Jaya He Jaya He Jaya 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 He Jai Hind. Thank you so much, all of you.